I really did it.
So we're here with Chris again,
Oh
right?
my God, good afternoon.
It's been a year, and we were just chatting. Last year, when we sat here, you said, "Oh, I'm going to go to America to this conference thing,"
Yeah.
and you're just now back, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe I should say, Chris, running the Hastings Comedy Festival,
Just about.
which is from the 1st to the 7th of June.
Yeah.
So it's about to start, and it's all go, go, go.
Yeah, starts Monday. Yeah, we did just get back from the World Fringe Congress, which was held in San Diego.
Was it as exciting as you were hoping?
Oh, it's more. It's so, like, San Diego, I think, is my best city I've ever been to.
Really?
Honestly, it's so good. Yeah, so the Congress every 2 years we meet up. So it was in Sweden 2 years ago, Sweden and Finland, and it was in San Diego. So people come from all over the world that run Fringe festivals. So people from Sydney Fringe, New Delhi, Nigeria, South America, Europe, North America, Canada. You know, so we're all kind of a bit of an ensemble. We all kind of embark on a city every 2 years, and it was San Diego. The Congress is amazing. How we share, keep this global network alive after lockdown, try to finish the arts, you know, tell everyone that we should be working cyber, you know, trying to tell creative people to work in cyber security and stuff was never going to work. So yeah, we had a really good time. I miss them dearly, and they're all kind of watching, and I think Hollywood Fringe is on now, the two ladies that run that. San Diego Fringe finished. So yeah, so it's just the sun never sets on Fringe. Globally, so it's always a Fringe festival
You're
going
full
on.
of the phrases. You've come back with this collection of.
Yeah, I said that at the closing circle. One of my friends who runs another Fringe festival in America was like, trust the kind of British colonial to say that, like, it doesn't set off. And she was going to say something. She's like, I was going to say something, you know, play on words, because the British man's talking about the sun not setting on Fringe. But yeah, we're back, and yeah, we can't wait to get started on Monday. Yeah.
So you've got a full programme. How many events is there?
90, just shy of 90.
In 7 days, right?
7 days, 16 venues, most of them in the evenings during the week. A lot of Fringe festivals have shows going on during the week time, daytimes, but ours is particularly evening. But in the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it's afternoon till evening, and that works really well for us. Yeah, it's just, yeah, there's such an array. I brought a program with me, just so I'm not going to use it for notes because I've been looking at this for the last 5 months. But when people see it for the first time, it's a bit of an overload. But I've kind of slowly been putting this together with Darren and the team from Fast Print. Good shout out, Darren from Fast Print, if you're watching this back or listening. We're getting there. And the poster as well. So this is hand painted as well. It's scanned. This was done by an artist called Darren Baxter, who lives in Hastings, hand painted with acrylic and then scanned. So this is currently at Stella Dior Galleries. You can go and check out the real thing. Yeah, we've got some famous people in here that are coming down. Tony Law, President Abonjo. We've got Katie Pritchard, Red Richardson, Tez Ilias. I got stuck behind the bar, and Jake's down here. So yeah, it's every year we change the front cover design. So every year the branding changes, and which means all new banners. Yeah.
I was just going to say, you said you've been working on this for 5 months, so
Yeah.
it's a whole year-round job, right?
Yeah, so we open up in October, and then we've done most of the programming kind of December, January, and everything's usually on sale by like mid-January, 1st of Feb. And then tickets have been on sale though since Christmas. We're at like 32% festival sellout, which is an incredible feat really for a small grassroots festival to get to before the festival starts. A lot of the other Fringe festivals across the world speak about, you know, getting 20% or 17%, or they sell 70% from now to the festival starts. And so we're in good stead, and Hastings really does support and show up.
And it is small venues, right? You got to buy the ticket really if you want to be there.
Yeah, some venues have got 10 tickets left. Some of them are sold out. And Maisie Adams sold out in 20 hours. You can go see Tez Ilias at the St Leonard pub in London Road. 10 tickets left. So the real Fringe venues, from like 25 seats at the Pump House to 130 seats at the Anglian Club in the Old Town. So yeah, real kind of Fringe vibe, which is exactly what we wanted to create in the first place. But yeah, please don't turn up on the day and say any tickets on the door. There might be, but I don't want to turn you away because that is a horrible feeling.
So where'd you get tickets?
Yeah, you can get them from HastingsComedyFestival.com through Joke Pit. Tickets are from a £5. Most of them are around 650, 750, and the booking fee is just like 10%. So it's 65 pence on a £6.50 ticket. But one of the biggest barriers that we kind of felt was that people were paying like booking fees, and there's processing fees, and there's all these fees that get added on. It feels a little bit disingenuous when the prices, it's like having a bottle of wine at a nice bar, and at the bottom it says 20% serving charge. So how do I get my wine in? How do I get my wine if you're adding on that 20% service charge or something? So I just think be upfront, be clear, and the £10 ticket is a £1 booking fee. So we just keep it as simple as that. Yeah, HastingsComedyFestival.com.
He's been to America. Can you guess?
I came back with a bit of an accent. I did. I came back and. When I came back and I was like, "Hey, Johnny," and it's like, "Stop it, please." But there were some people out there that were learning English, and they were really good at it. There was in a car getting driven back from La Jolla, and two ladies that run Atlanta Fringe were in the front, and they were just doing the best British accent, and we were in the back doing American accents. So we went into a 7-Eleven, and we had to continue that. They do British, and I'll do American. The guy in the shop was like, "What is happening here?" Yeah. We can't wait. I'm just, it feels weird being like it starts on Monday, because it's been like, because people turn up and they just turn up, see the show and leave. But for us, it's like, have we got enough cables? Where's the mics going to be? How look, the extension labels? Where the lights going to be? So, for like a build up and a production value, we're just trying to do it day by day. So when Monday's done, me and Jake meet up and go, okay, Tuesday now. It's just each day as it comes. Each day as it comes.
So what's the event to look out for? Well, what's the secret tip?
Oh, secret tip. I mean, Tuesday, I would recommend seeing Joey Page at the Piper. I really would. I think that he's an amazing comic. Kind of absurdist, kind of, done some stuff on Nevermind the Buzzcocks back in the day. Just a really creative act. The RH Experience, definitely improv. I think they're one of the best improv groups in the country. And after their show is the same group doing a brass band kind of inclusion version of improv called Giant Steps. Go check out them as well.
Where are they?
They're at the Piper. They're back to back. Those shows. But where else would I suggest? We got adult panto on the Saturday night at the East Anglian Club. Improvised adult only panto. They're back by popular demand. They came back last year. Who else? Let me go to my program, a quick little look. Sorry, radio, if you're listening. We're going to go to a little ad break now. We're going to come back now with Wix. It's got our name on it. Who do I say? I mean, Milo Edwards is great. I mean, look, there's 90 of them. If you like, we've got clowning, sketch. Like, if you like clowning, we've got Lachlan Werner's going to be at the Bruin Brothers. We've got Mark Thomas. We've got Nathan Cassidy, Mickey Overman at Frenchie's on the Wednesday. Tony Law, Oscars on the Wednesday. Just,
What's your favourite venue?
My favourite venue?
What do you think the best venue setting is?
My favourite venue? I mean, I like upstairs at the Jenny Lind, because they've been with us 11 years, and it is about as fringe venue as you're going to get, Jenny Lind. The windows are open. It's called the Jenny Lind. We've got a lady in there who's doing like a kind of opera show in there. So we've got an opera show in there for like young people in the pub called Jenny Lind, which is an opera singer. So I love that kind of aspect of it, how we kind of put people in venues that kind of suit the space and the theme. They're all really unique. St Leonard on a Monday night last year was really special. I don't know, what's my favourite? It's a great question. We've got Ritual Bar coming on for the first time on a Sunday. They're closing out the festival. Bruin Brothers Courtyard are back after 2 years because they've redone their back room. So as you go into the courtyard, you'll chuck a left, and then in their bar space do a right, down some steps, and they've got like a really nice space that seats like 60 or 70 people. So that's brand new. If you like really kind of small, intimate spaces, the Pump House is great. We've got the Stade Hall now, which is the Spun Glass Theatre. They're coming on for the first time. Yeah, the Printworks, also a great space for watching kind of live performance. So, I mean,
it's all very different, right? I mean, I suppose that makes it really interesting, something for everyone.
It's so fringy. It's exactly what we wanted to create. I think the Telegraph did a little article on us a couple of years ago saying that Hastings has a real Edinburgh fringy feel about it. If you look at how close all of the venues are to each other, you can see one venue at 7:30 and get out at 8:45, and you can walk 5 minutes and then go. There's not this long distance to travel. Sometimes that's the real barrier where you're thinking, oh, we see this show, and then we've got to travel 25 minutes across the city or across the town to go see another venue. Where, if you're in George Street for the evening, there's 6-7 venues in George Street. If you're in, along the seafront, you can jump out of Frenchies, go over to the Brewing Brothers Courtyard, go over to the White Rock Studio, go along to Oscars. Maybe you're in the Piper, and you've got the St Leonard, and you've got the Ritual. So they're all close, and that's what we wanted to kind of emulate from other festivals that we felt did it right and bring together where we felt festivals might be doing it wrong. I'm saying there's no wrong answer, but just what we didn't feel was a fringe festival was travelling in a bus to get to the other side of the city to go to a show, and it just didn't feel like. So you could technically do our festival on foot, which would make it the first carbon neutral comedy festival in the goddamn southeast, and that's a fact. That's a fact. I even walked these down. I walk the programmes. I live not too far from here, so even delivering programmes is on foot. It's all you need.
We were and no blisters involved. No, not
no
this
blisters
time
on these. These are vans. Okay.
We were talking earlier, and you said, what did you say? Hastings is the top festival for what?
Yeah, so it's the kind of biggest independently run kind of grassroots comedy festival in England. It's kind of like you're giving yourself your own award. You know what I mean? It's like saying
there's nothing wrong with that.
The fastest car in the factory that you own. But yeah, I think I asked a couple of AI models as an outside source. Said, hey, can you just tell me? I've got no skin in the game. Can you just tell me what are the biggest seaside comedy festivals in England? And it gave me a whole list, and we were top. So I don't know whether it's biased because it knows that I run that, but I didn't give it any direction. So yeah, but giving yourself the biggest seaside comedy festival in England, it's like, well, how many seaside comedy festivals are there? So I get
never
it.
Mind that.
There was about 15.
Just go with the
there was about
headline.
15. Okay, there was about 15. Bournemouth was in there. Okay, but in terms of like grassroots, independently run. I think we're up there. I think we're up there, and but we pay attention to ourselves, and a lot of people say, "Oh, this feels like the comedy industry's best kept secret," which is great. But that just means we've got poor PR. But we also shout out to Hayley, our publicist. She's fantastic, and she's able to kind of get us that next level of awareness, kind of nationally. So like I was on the BBC Radio last week on their breakfast show. And I was in the green room, and there was a lady on there, and I thought, we've made it. But then I realised there's a lady on before me who was talking about a cycle lane from Lewes to Brighton, how dangerous it is. And I came on the radio, they're like, this is Radio BBC Sussex. I was like, I can't compete with a cycle lane. I can't compete. And she was like in her late 70s, and I was like, she's not even using the cycle lane. This is a non-argument. I felt like it's coming in and saying, Mavis, you haven't even used the cycle lane. Anyway. So BBC Radio. I'm plugging another radio whilst on radio. Let's not do that.
No, let's not.
This is Hastings Rap Radio. Who needs the BBC when we got local independent radio meeting me 2 days before the festival starts? I massively appreciate.
So with all this organising you do, you must obviously love it. Do you still go out and see comedy somewhere?
Absolutely.
Or do you have enough?
No, I can't get enough of comedy and live performance and fringe shows. Me and my friend and other director of the comedy festival, we went to the LA Comedy Store, in LA. And there were some absolute legends that came the week before. It got to about 10:30 at night, and the guy was like, hey, we've got some people coming on stage now to do some bits, and it was like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, like all these like massive names. Kanye West turned up, so we went there and thinking, what's going to happen? But I think because Netflix as a joke festival were there the week before, so that's why they were doing that. But we had a well-known comedian, Mark Maron, who came on, and he was absolutely hilarious. He was telling a bit about, he's like, my parents are in their 80s now, and I went to go see them, and I'm like, how about we just move it along? How about we just wrap this up? Let's just wrap this up. This is going on soon. This is the funniest. And then a comedian called Don Barris, who closed the show from like 10 to like 11:30, just ripped into everyone for an hour and a half, and it was just the best experience. So yeah, I can't get enough of comedy. I'd love to invite some American comics over to Hastings. I think if our connections over to kind of America and the States, the West Coast and the East Coast.
Maybe that would be a good thing, everyone coming together. Maybe you should do like an exchange program out of the meeting.
You're hearing that for the first time. No, the World Fringe Network promotes that. So when we're trying to work out a kind of a bit of a global pathway.
Yeah,
so
that
you
would be
can.
brilliant.
So if Edinburgh's in August, Hollywood's in June, we're in June, San Diego's in end of May. That there is a pathway that we're trying to open up, so that performers can literally do a worldwide kind of tour. And tap into various bits of funding. That's something that we do want to explore, so that people and there's some really good kind of comics and people that want to come over from other European cities. I think the cost of travel and visas and stuff, there's barriers to overcome. But it cost me the same amount of money to return to San Diego by flight than it is to get a train ticket to Scotland.
So, I was just going to say.
So it's difficult, but that's definitely something we want to do, and we've got a bit of a conversation going with Stockholm Fringe and Adam and Helena that run that to have a bit of an exchange. So maybe next year we'll have our own venue that is solely for international acts.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
That's something I think we want to explore. Stockholm Fringe is a fantastic fringe festival. And they've got their kind of Baltic network between Finland, Estonia, Latvia and Norway. So they've got their own little thing. I think maybe England should do the same with kind of
So you're not chucking it in yet? You're still planning on going for a few more years?
No, I think we could probably have a look at it next year. I think if we get some conversations happening after this festival with various other fringe festivals, I think we could probably look to implement that next year for sure. We'd have to cover kind of costs of flights and stuff, but we're going to see if we can tap into any bits of funding or any support that we can do to facilitate that, so that we can pay for their accommodation, make it as frictionless as possible. Free registration, your flights are paid for, just turn up and stuff. So yeah, we definitely want to have a look at that for next year. Hold me to
You're
that.
already planning next year, right?
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, if you don't innovate, you evaporate. That's another one. Do not go to a congress, because you will come back with all sorts of things. But if you don't innovate, you evaporate. I think how you stay one step ahead of everyone else, not in competition, just in the fact that, yeah.
I mean, you sound majorly excited, right? I suppose.
This is
you've
coffee
got
talking.
plenty of,
These are all mine. I had 3 coffees.
Plenty of energy left.
These two turned up so bad, and I did 3 coffees back to back. So. No, it's I think we're always planning ahead. Even like there's the curse of anyone that runs a fringe festival it's like a skateboarder. They're always looking for rails. They're always looking for steps to jump down. A non-skateboarder just likes steps, but you look into the eye of a skateboarder. The same with fringe festivals. Even this space, I could put a little stage there, or we could cut these steps. It's the curse of always trying to find. What's behind these doors? I don't know. Open them up. Can I put 30 chairs in there? So that's how
So
fringe
anyone's
works.
got a big lounge, they want to put some chairs in.
Love a lounge show.
Contact Chris.
There's a little space down here. Have you seen the little TARDIS down here? It's like the world's smallest gentleman's club. There's a gentleman that owns it. You open the door up. There's a little bar in there. It's 2 people can stand in there. And I was thinking, well, we could do the world's smallest comedy venue by having just 1 comedian and 1 person doing one-liners. And maybe you get one-liner per person, so you get the smallest comedy venue and the smallest comedy show.
You could rotate them round, right? And that would keep it.
But I was going to do that this year, but I just ran out of time. But yeah, there's a little TARDIS down there. It's called the 1 square inch or something. I'm going to butcher it if the guy's watching. But yeah, it's the world's. Could we do the world's smallest comedy club in Hastings?
I'm sure you can. If anyone can, you can.
If anyone can, we can. And that's our logo. That's our slogan for next year.
So what's the show to go to?
Ooh.
Summary. What's the
Sorry,
one?
guys, it's not great radio if you're listening in. I mean, if you can.
It's not live. We cut that out. Never mind.
Okay. I mean, I would go and see. I mean, it depends what you like. Carl Porter at the Angling Club, newcomer of the year, 10 acts coming down. Last year's newcomer winner, Oliver Moore at Jenny Lind's. We've got 2 kids shows. I must actually say that we've got 2 kids shows. Kate and Ben travel through time and try not to destroy the universe. And El Bordino, a magic show. They're on a Saturday from 2:15 onwards until about 5 o'clock. Really affordable. It's like, I think, £4 a ticket or something like that. We're trying to make it as affordable as we can for families, because I think that's important to get the kind of the young people, into comedy, and so they can enjoy it and not have the barrier of a family saying, oh, it's very inaccessible for us, because you go to some festivals and a family ticket is costing like 25-30 quid for a family of 4 to go see comedy. Too many barriers. So we pretty much make a loss or break even on that solely because we want to support families and young people coming to see comedy, and that's always been our ethos from the beginning. I think tickets last year were like £3. It's probably the cheapest ticket to go see comedy for kids in the country, but that's just what we believe in. And if I was a kid, I'd want to go see comedy. My mum would say, I'm not paying $7.50 a ticket. And that hasn't changed over 30 years. That hasn't changed, okay?
Is your mum coming to your shows?
I think so. I see her wandering around sometimes, but I usually got like a handful of auxiliary cables and she's trying to talk to me about something. Are you coming to dinner next Thursday? Mother, look at me. Okay? Well, I'm just saying, okay. I'll be there, okay? It's like, so yeah, we've got like a really good team of volunteers. Shout out to the volunteers. 24 lovely comedy-loving volunteers. I'm yet to do your T-shirts. If you're watching and listening back, I will do your T-shirts before this goes out. I've got to make them myself.
Any last words of wisdom?
Pain is an invitation to burn ego. And that's a wrap. 106.9 Rock FM coming back at you now. We got a great opportunity to come back with a Shania Twain song. She's doing a great new tour next week, coming on from Oslo to London. Tune in on 106.6. Thanks, Anya. That should be your